Thanks for joining me again as we look back at another great classic film. This is a clever comedy drama romance directed by one of the best directors of all time, with screen icons in both the leading and supporting roles, and a strong supporting cast. It is beautifully shot in black and white, telling a story adapted from a successful stage play. It is Sabrina from 1954. The screenplay was adapted from the stage play Sabrina Fair by Samuel A. Taylor. Prior to its first staging, Paramount paid $75,000 for the rights, on the recommendation of either Audrey Hepburn or Billy Wilder, and on the proviso that the film would not be released until the play had run for at least 1 year. It subsequently ran on Broadway for 318 performances, starring Joseph Cotten as Linus and Margaret Sullivan as Sabrina. Taylor began working with director Billy Wilder on the script, but quit after Wilder substantially altered his play. So Ernest Lehman was borrowed from MGM and continued working on the script even after shooting began, eventually suffering a nervous breakdown. Cary Grant was initially considered for the role of Linus, but he declined and the role was taken by Humphrey Bogart in his first film for Paramount. Recent Academy Award winners William Holden for Stalag 17 and Audrey Hepburn for Roman Holiday were cast in the other two key roles. At the time filming began, Audrey Hepburn was 24, while her romantic interests were played by 35-year-old Holden and 53-year-old Bogart. Many critics felt that Bogart was miscast in the film and that Holden should have played Linus with a younger actor as David. Bogart's behaviour on set was bad for a number of reasons. He too was convinced he was totally wrong for his role. He was mad at not being Billy Wilder's first choice. He'd originally wanted his wife Lauren Bacall cast as Sabrina. He did not like Holden or Wilder and felt Hepburn was too inexperienced and required too many takes to get her dialogue right. To make matters worse, during production Hepburn and Holden entered into a brief but passionate and much publicised love affair. Despite Bogart's doubts, Wilder's offbeat casting produced a performance that critics generally applauded. Bogart later apologised to Wilder for his behaviour on set, blaming his personal problems. Wilder began shooting before the script was finished and Lehman was writing all day to complete it. Eventually he would finish a scene in the morning, deliver it during lunch, and filming of it would begin in the afternoon. During production, Billy Wilder was continuously working on the script, one day asking Audrey Hepburn to feign illness so that he would have enough time to finish the scene to be shot. Ernest Lehman worked himself to exhaustion writing with Wilder during production, and one day when Lehman did not have an extra copy of a scene rewrite to give to Humphrey Bogart, Bogart exploded. Wilder told the crew that they would not film another foot of film until Bogart apologised to Lehman. Bogart invited Lehman to his dressing room and shooting eventually continued. Hepburn had originally wanted Christabel Ballengaya to design her costumes, but after he turned her down, she asked Hubert de Givenchy. Because of their high price, Paramount insisted that Hepburn pay for the costumes as part of her personal wardrobe. The black cocktail dress became a fashion sensation after the film's release, with its high neckline known as the Sabrina neckline. This marked a lifelong association between de Givenchy and Hepburn. The Larrabee family's mansion was Hillgrove, the home of George Lewis in Beverly Hills. The mansion was sadly demolished in the 1960s. And the estate on which the film was shot belonged to Paramount Pictures chairman Barney Balaban. Paramount considered changing the film's title to The Chauffeur's Daughter, but instead it was shortened to Sabrina, so audiences wouldn't mistake it for highbrow stories like Vanity Fair. The original title of Sabrina Fair was reinstated in the UK to avoid confusion with the British Sabrina, who was best known for her appearances on the Arthur Askey Show, where she never spoke, towered over the 5-foot-tall Askey, and displayed her substantial breasts. The film opened in New York and Los Angeles in September of 1954, reaching number 1 at the US box office for 2 weeks. Bosley Crowther of the New York Times labelled it the most delightful comedy romance in years, describing Audrey Hepburn as a young lady of extraordinary range of sensitive and moving expressions within such a frail and slender frame. James Bernardelli said it will leave almost all viewers with a smile on their lips and a warm glow in their hearts. Variety noted that the script is long on glibly quipping dialogue, dropped with a seemingly casual air, and broadly played situations. The splendid trooping delivers them style, leavening the chuckles are tugs at the heart. It garnered 7 Academy Award nominations, including for Best Director, Best Actress, Best Screenplay, Best Art Direction, Best Set Decoration, Best Cinematography, only winning for Best Costume Design. Audrey Hepburn was nominated for a BAFTA and a New York Film Critics Circle Award. Wilder earned a Directors Guild of America nomination, and the film won a Golden Globe for Best Screenplay and a Writers Guild of America award for Best American Comedy. The National Board of Review rated it the 7th best film of the year. There have been several Indian adaptations. a Turkish adaptation, and an awful Hollywood remake in 1995, with none of them coming anywhere near measuring up to the original. It is included amongst the AFI's top 100 American love stories, their top 250 film scores, and top 500 funniest American movies. Lots of good reasons to watch this film. Audrey Hepburn is absolutely captivating on screen, and she is ably supported by William Holden and Humphrey Bogart. The black and white cinematography is dazzling, and the story is a wonderful mix of comedy and drama. It's completely charming. So, what I suggest you do is that you go to our website, find our group virtual screenings page, find the link to this particular film, click on it and watch it, and as always, we'd invite you to come back, let us know your thoughts about the film, and whether you would recommend it for others as well. And then we're back in the not too distant future for our next classic films review. See you next time.